Well, thank you, Claire, for that kind introduction. I note that you've assumed that I'm going to speak in English, but you're right. Thank you, Bernard, for hosting this event today. And although I'm sorry that I haven't been able to be here throughout the day, I do have my spies present, so I am well informed about the issues that have arisen during the course of the morning. And I should also say that in creating this event, you happily allowed a series of really extremely useful dinner meetings to take place last night, both between myself and Minister Le Drian and between the participants in the high-level working group on defence procurement. So thank you for having created the conditions that allowed us an extra meeting. Less than 3 weeks after the publication of the French Livre Blanc and just over a month before we published the outcome of our spending review for 2015-16 here in the UK, this year's conference has been a timely occasion to take stock of defence cooperation between our two countries and to look ahead to the common challenges that we face. And they're not exclusively about money, but we did discover last night that we have some very common challenges in the area of money. The high-level representation here from both governments, from both armed forces, and from the defence industries demonstrates the importance that both countries attach to implementing the Lancaster House Treaty and the 2012 Declaration, and to seizing the windows of opportunity that arise. I know this is a theme that's come out this morning, that the different political and strategic review cycles in the two countries inevitably mean that there will be windows of opportunity when we can move forward, and there will be other periods when the realities of democratic politics dictate that we will have to wait for events to occur. I know that the workshops this morning covered a good deal of ground, looking at our progress in delivering the measures contained in those agreements, and looking at areas where we can cooperate even further together in the mutual interest of our two countries. The Lancaster House Treaty was principally a political commitment by our two governments to improve our collective defence capability. As Minister Le Drian said this morning, it is based on the simple observation that it is almost impossible to imagine a threat to the essential interests of either country which is not also a threat to the essential interests of the other country. And we will improve that collective defence capability through UK and French forces working more closely together, by planning our capabilities collaboratively, and by sharing infrastructure where it makes sense to do so. And that commitment to greater military cooperation made in November 2010 has been put to the test in ways that were unforeseen when the commitment was made, most recently in Mali, but perhaps most significantly in operations over Libya. But after 2.5 years, and notwithstanding a change of French government, that political will from the Prime Minister and the French President down remains as strong as ever. In fact, given the significant fiscal pressures in both our countries, combined with the ever-increasing cost of cutting-edge military technology, the logic of cooperation is increasingly clear. As pressure upon domestic defence budgets increases, we're having to look for new ways to deliver the same outputs with less resource. And a key part of that for both of us is cooperating more closely with international partners. One of the most striking features to me of the Livre Blanc is the similarity of its analysis to that of our own SDSR in 2010. Setting aside the specific challenges for France of garrisoning the overseas departments and territories, the two documents are virtually interchangeable in terms of analysis of the challenges facing us. Whether in our approach to nuclear deterrence, humanitarian intervention in Libya, or action against international terrorists such as in Afghanistan and Mali, the commonality of purpose between our two countries makes defence cooperation both desirable and productive. Our mutual interests and complementary capabilities make us natural defence partners. And today's strategic context makes us necessary defence partners. Above all, the willingness of both countries to deploy and to accept risk sets us apart from many of our neighbours. The ambitious programme of cooperation and reform we have set out in our respective defence reviews and in the Lancaster House Treaty provides an excellent example of what can be achieved. For the UK and France, our focus now must be on implementing those reforms to ensure that we deliver the full spectrum capabilities and the interoperability that we need. Because the threats to our security are not going to go away, and the financial pressures we're under are unlikely to recede in the near future. It will take time, but as the combined Joint Expeditionary Force exercise demonstrated, we are making rapid and demonstrable progress, and it's up to all of us in this room to make sure that we maintain the momentum in the coming year. Thank you.